grappling for a reason. You're trying to get stronger, to see the whole world, you know, not only their own region. And now all with Palutena too. I mean, there aren't as many solo Palutena players left. You know, it's him and Ruffalo in this exact tournament that came to my mind. Okay, starting out on PS2, and again, similar to Saudi Arabia, the start isn't going too well for eMass, but we know eMass is clutch like that. He can bring things back for, like, seemingly no reason.
Exactly that. And of course, every moment that does take on as well, that little Rebels gauge gonna be filling up slowly. And then of course, that Arsene comes out, and that is when things start to get really interesting as a certain shadowy boy does appear. And there he is coming out. Now this is the moment for eMass to go on the full aggression. He wants to get as much mileage out of his Arsene as he can.
Yep, but right now, okay, this is what he needed, because the stage control wasn't looking quite favorable for him before. It was a bit too messy, but now with that dash attack afterwards, he can get this very percentage you just mentioned. And now Aegon might not hit here, but it will hit here, and making things even for now. Ledge trap scenario now for eMass. He is good in those, and he certainly performs again and again.
Magnifique there, as eMass does not miss a single beat there, knowing his confirms like the back of his hand and absolutely going forward in the moment.
Ooh,
but
okay.
That up smash, of course, very, very lingering, especially at the ledge, so going to be falling to it, keeping things nice and even. But eMass definitely showing a good start to this game, keep things nice and close. Yeah. You can see already as well the matchup experience between these two. They are definitely, eMass keeping himself kind of nice and aerial, sort of keeping himself at a close distance. He recognizes that Chag is someone that likes to be very, very aerial. He does like sort of be up in the sky, sort of throwing out these neutral airs. Of course, that is one of Palutena's greatest strengths. But so eMass keeping himself kind of nice and distant, and then waiting for that moment when he does know he can strike. Yep,
and Chag for now doing a very good job at punishing the productivity by eMass, and obviously we know how much eMass values stage control, but now Chag doesn't make it easy at all. However, in terms of you know, threat levels, eMass is certainly on board right now, so Chag is doing it a bit safer. Okay, down throw, getting a tech situation, and missing the grab afterwards, so good escape here by eMass.
Again, and Chag doing a really nice job here of actually not only just playing a bit patiently, but also bullying and taking, you know, as much damage as he can against Arsene, just to wear down that Rebels gauge and get rid of the threat. Because of course, Joker, you know, without Arsene, definitely a kind of different beast.
Wow. Impressive! Impressive! He used the whole kit almost.
He still has some sauce. He definitely still has some sauce.
I saw some Megons, I saw the pushback gun, and I saw the ledge, not the ledge, the platform situation here, and eMass performing above his level actually currently. Now making Chag sweat a bit, but wonderful neutral release. Oh, okay, going deep, and just in case.
It's going to be enough there. Again, we're going down just to a very even last stock between these two. Yeah. But if it goes the same way as the last two stocks, then eMass could be potentially going up a game here. But it all matters here as Chag does get a nice sequence of those neutral airs, stunned, waiting out as well, keeping his ledge trapping on that point. Go for the down as well. He's trying to end it all. Yep,
and eMass knows maintaining pressure is key in this game, and Chag doing a very good job here. Missing the jab though. That might work wonders for eMass and might seal out the stock if he plays it out well, because we know how strong Arsene is in this very situation. Wonderful wait here, waiting for the option after the option. We'd love it to see it. Okay, Aegon misses now, swapping states here. Okay, wonderful gun. This is just exactly why you want to use it, right? The down gun is so good with that jump. You can just like swap places and play your own adventurous state. However, Arsene is slowly wearing off, and it becomes a bit harder to kill out Chag. However, 112% is something he has to respect as well. This game is very, very important.
Yeah, this is so back and forth as well, because Arsene might not be making an appearance as well for the rest of this game. So now eMass gonna have to play it solo, gonna have to just use the tools that Joker has if he wants to take this game away. Meanwhile, obviously Palutena has kill moves out of the wazoo, can definitely take your stock away, but eMass doing a really good job of just keeping Chag at disadvantage, waiting out as well. Lovely patience, he's been doing that so nicely throughout this entire game so far, but he still needs to find the final hit if he wants to take this game.
Great coverage here too, and yeah, speaking of the game, we know how important this is simply because of the momentum, simply because of that 1-0 lead. We see how close it is. Both players obviously do not want to lose that. Arsene slowly becoming a factor. He can recover
and the Arsene comes out. It's going to be enough. That's it. A key moment there for eMass. He actually would not have likely made that back without Arsene. It's a huge moment there, but he's still got to find this final hit. He wants to take this game away, but Chag is playing so carefully.
With brute force too.
Throwing out those back airs, keeping himself with that shield up, angling as well. But the forward tilt pops out. eMass fist bumping. He wanted that game. That's huge moment.
He needed that. He needed that because now obviously he can allow himself a loss, you know, but the moment where eMass might win game 2 can become game-changing.
Yes.
All of a sudden you can find yourself at the match point against Chag, and it's going to be so hard for Chag to run it back all 3 games. So this is what eMass obviously wants to look out for, right? But now, it was so interesting to see, because Chag had the game in the back, right? So it needed eMass to have a brute force in his mind, right? He needed to do that dash attack. There was not much he could do, no grabs. Chag was spacing it perfectly, and then, screw it, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
And it worked out. It worked out perfectly fine. And Arsene sticking to it till the very end.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is already off to a very good start for eMass. And when they last faced, unfortunately, we did say it before, but it was, I believe, a 6-0 on Chag's side. So it was definitely one of those matches where Chag was just dominant. You know, he knew exactly what he needed to do. But as we said before, eMass forever been the type of person to not take a defeat lying down. You know, he'll feel bad about it at the time, but then after that, he'll pick himself back up. He'll think about what happened, what went wrong, and what he needs to do, and it's starting to pay off there. Already in the matchup, we saw how he was approaching things, and it was so much differently to last time. But game 2 is where it begins. This is showtime now for both players. Chag obviously wants to keep himself in the set, but eMass wants to go 2-0 up and put himself in the best place possible to take this entire set and cause a huge upset.
Definitely. And small benefit is a run for draft for Chag as well, because he was confident in finding those conversions, right? He was always on top of the game when it comes to ledge trapping, right? eMass was good at that, but not too confident in taking the lead. So if Chag wants to convert here, he has to find that kill, right? Because this is the problem. This is where he needs to test himself. If he can do that on this stage, he's going to be confident for the rest of the set. And for now, it's looking quite good here. Chag trying to find his way in. Both on shield. Okay, getting for a roll read here, but again, it's eMass. He'd rather use a hitbox to get out of a sticky situation.
And you did see that Chag just starting to gear up that up smash as well, expecting the roll in, but no, eMass not having any of it. But the Arsene is away now. And eMass still yet to get back to the ground. Finally does so, breaks through at the wall of up airs and auto verticals. But a lovely little confirm there from Chag.
Very hard to dodge as well, and a perfect percentage as well for that. So now Chag at a rather fine stock lead. It can change real quick, but now Chag is finding those percentages. Up air for up air. Now he's waiting. No resources left, and now again eMass finds himself back. And again, a brute force option.
Absolutely that. And the thing that I like most about these two players is just the patience that they both have. But then, you know, I see a Chag going for that down smash there, and he's absolutely just starting to take this game by force.
Yep, and again, now this time expecting an aggressive option here. Now eMass, you know, almost like shaking himself. And now, oh, this is horrible for him. Jab after jab, and Chag still sitting at 3 stocks here. Again, another ledge trap situation here, and again, finding the nair into up tilt. He's very good with those, and very good at keeping his first stock, actually.
Exactly that, and we're just starting to see a repeat of the stocks previous, as Chag is starting to run away with this one. Arsene is out, and eMass definitely going to be trying to use it to take this stock away. But it's a scary position to be in, as Chag is definitely starting to go places. Finally gets a stock down, but he's got a ways to go yet. Meanwhile, Chag can definitely just play his own game here. And again, we talked about it earlier, but the patience that both players have had, where they're just not committing too much to anything. They're taking their moments as far as they can, but otherwise they're keeping things nice and grounded, not going for anything too crazy. You see Chag there just staying on the platform. Finally goes off after the auto verticals land. The back air throws out as well, and it's enough.
Wow. I mean, this is the game 2 that Chag needed. This is the stage draft that kind of won you the game, because so many convertive situations here. Like, we barely had any neutral. Like, the only neutral we had is like, okay, both kind of in shield. Okay, we're looking for a grab, and this is where Chag won out, and Chag just converted. Didn't even allow eMass to think about reversals here.
Exactly that, yeah. And every single time, Chag was just keeping himself sort of very just sort of stoic in a way. Yeah. We saw it each time. Instead of actually like diving off, you know, unless he absolutely knew something was going to confirm, he was keeping himself on the stage, just keeping control of that and waiting to see what eMass did and then punishing accordingly. And that's why it led to so many things like that nairs into the up tilts.
Yeah. And, you know, as you mentioned, expecting something from game 1, you know, adapting to eMass. But now, speaking of adaptation, this is good that eMass won the first game, giving him time to think about, giving him time to maybe pick another stage, a stage that converts the current set meta, I would like to call it, because, you know, in general, the game 5 is a meta here, and you're adapting to the counterparts metas. So No small battlefield most likely. Okay, we're going back to PS2. You know, a confidence pick as well. But it might not look so easy because Chag was winning out in those as well. However, he kind of fumbled the stage advantage place. But now, Chag was looking better in those, in SBF. So eMass has to respect it. And again, Chag finds his way in. And now another ledge trap scenario here. And eMass, you know, brute force might not work this time.
Yeah,
oh, no, not at all.
Enough, and you see him put his hands to his face there.
It's a rough one.
It is an incredibly rough one, but you have to keep yourself mentally sound in this if you want to keep yourself in this set. You cannot let yourself get overwhelmed by a quick stock. And definitely here, eMass, again, just resetting himself. But Chag, again, just finding these small little hits, waiting out that shield as well. It's such a nice delay from Chag. And now eMass finally does find a down at top smash, but it's not going to be enough to take the stock just yet. But that's big damage and something that is desperately needed. Yeah,
and now Chag is fine with giving up some control, but now he's getting a bit desperate for those dash attacks. However, still not dying. The up throw is the up smash is quite stale for now. So the next one will surely kill, but still Chag has 3 stocks. And oh yeah, okay, now he's waiting. He's waiting with the punishes. He's not going for the immediate ones, but now the one time he did, he gets punished for it. Ironic, isn't it? But now eMass finding himself way back.
And absolutely there, eMass just recognizing that actually the Rebels gauge was going down, so just going forward a final risky option there, and it paid off massively. But again, you still got a little bit of ways to go. And Chag definitely on the hunt for this kill here, keeping himself nice and distant as well, just seeing what eMass is doing and then waiting for his moment.
Yeah, keeping himself steady as well. And now eMass, yeah, you gotta wake up in this game because this is where you can lose your lead that you build up in the beginning. So 1 or 2%, but Arsene becomes a threat yet again. Not Chag. Yeah, not too shabby in those approaches, but certainly not good enough against the gun. Wonderful dash tech call out here. And now, yeah, just keeping things slow, not overshoot things.
And that's absolutely been the kind of the statement of this entire set thing, of just keeping things nice and slow. These two are playing a very methodical game here, where they're just not kind of committing to too much, but when they are, they're making it count. Like there, Chag recognizing that eMass was going high, greeting him with that up and take away another stock. Eliminating the Arsene threat as well, which is a huge moment. But eMass starting to go for a few of these risky options. He definitely wants to get rid of his stock quickly. He does not want to take too much damage. And in a way, it's almost paying off, actually, because it's been such a patient game up till now. But now, eMass starting to almost go into a completely different way of playing, and it's paying off.
And this was a wonderful set play too. Everything worked out as well as you mentioned, you know. First, you start out risky, and then, okay, I get a clean hit, and now I can convert, because Joker, yeah, he can do that. Another tech situation here. Now eMass is throwing things up a bit, getting the lead and getting a lot of hits in. Now, Chag, obviously being the same guy in that regard, we know how good he is. We know how good he is with those combos and damage confirms. Now, okay, auto reticle again. Chag was really good at ledge trap, but this time he fails.
It's almost as if we're like playing an RPG in front of us, where both players just taking turns at getting as much as they can here. And right now it is entirely
the turn of Chag take a bit too long, I would say.
Lovely patience there, but eMass still living narrowly, but he's got to get back. Finally, neutral it lands. He's able to make it back, but 129% right now. He needs to find something going here, and Chag is playing very defensively. The back air does land, and it's enough. Chag going 2-1 up, but my goodness, he had to fight for that one.
Yeah, he was fighting in that one. And I like how you pull out that RPG card, because I think eMass thought, okay, it's my turn, but why is my turn so short?
Yes, yeah, exactly that.
Chag always had an answer for that. He expects things to go south, and this is what he respects, actually. So, you know, whenever eMass throws out an hitbox, he's waiting for now, because eMass is a bit too wild, and similar to the Meister game before, he can let him be desperate, right? Yes. So not saying that eMass was desperate in that final stock, he was doing correct things, but, you know, it's a game between two. And if you have the better idea, you will get through and see the light. Speaking of which, Chag is in the match point now for winner's side of things, and eMass, you know, he could run it back at PS2, right? The stage was quite favorable. Again, Chag find himself in the advantage state over and over again, but he couldn't really close out the stock. So a lot more neutral and a lot more, you know, sticky, finicky fights that benefit eMass.
Okay, and Chag off to a blinding start here. He's saying, okay, it was still my turn from last time, and I'm continuing it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. We paid for that game.
Put the credit card in, pay for the microtransactions, and is definitely gambling it all right now. He is definitely looking for it, but finally eMass does find an opportunity, taking stage control there. But again, Chag just runs in, shields, you know, and waits for eMass to commit to an option.
Yep, and I like how much slower Chag became over the course of the set. He's not going for the backers on shield, he's going for nairs, and he's confident that eMass cannot punish if he stays behind him. So spacing becomes a big thing, of course. This is a high-level game, as you might see. But now, okay, again, to the finicky neutral. However, Chag is doing way better of a job here, keeping things at bay in terms of percentage. But we know how eMass can turn up just out of seemingly nowhere. Wonderful catch here, no resources left. So now Chag has to resort to, again, sticky reads, right?
Yes. Absolutely. He was expecting eMass to roll in, but now eMass is, again, just playing a lot more of a patient game, just keeping himself nice ground. Dives out there as well. You know, he's looking for this kill. eMass looking quite nice here, but Chag able to make it back once again. He is a master of mixing up his recovery options.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful tech here. Really hard to chase, and now, again, things are back to even. Things are back to neutral, and eMass was quite good in those, but now Chag having a bit more comfort in finding those first hits.
Okay, again, both players just playing a very, very patient game here, waiting for the other to commit to something. But, yeah, and see there, again, Chag actually committing to a dash attack, eMass immediately responding, but neither player able to find the big hit that they want to take the stock. It has been 2 minutes and still a stock not gone yet.
Not at all, and now Chag in all those interactions, he kind of saw, okay, eMass is getting a bit more wild, but Arsene is now online, and Arsene is just here to kill the momentum, right? So one good hit, that exact hit, might make things a bit more easy for eMass. Now, Chag wisely waiting out his time, you know, using all of the engine platform, even getting a hit afterwards, and now it's gonna be a bit easier to find the recovery punish. With the Nair this time, still living, and we know Chag, he's gonna go for another one. But he's whiffing!
What an incredible counter as well from eMass, seeing the explosive flame come out, and just saying, you know what, I can just tank through all of that with a counter.
I want to keep my air dodge, I want to keep my resources, why not?
And now eMass, this is all free damage for him here. This is a huge moment where he can go as far as he can. But finally, Chag does land the back air, takes the stock away.
Things like those, eMass was expecting the update and everyone in the venue was, but this time Chag was like, nah, okay, you're gonna mash. I don't know, an air dodge and hitbox, so he's gonna wait and find a back air in. Still, that first stock was incredibly huge for eMass. He was using up almost all of Arsene, getting a lot of value, and now Chag is at 67%, and we know what that means. One good hit can just send him outwards.
Okay, and Chag finds that one hit, and that is where it begins for him as he is able to take control.
Oh,
but
good
Chag, eMass doing a very, very nice job of just getting keeping that shield up, waiting for his moment, and now puts himself back in the position he was in before, where he is able to take as much damage, you know, put on as much damage as he wants.
Barely finding his way in, and now respecting Chag's shield. However, he still waits and still commits for a dash attack here. Not to be expected from Chag though. Okay, up recovery. Arsene is online.
There it is. This is the moment that eMass has been waiting for. That Arsene is going to be huge here.
This might be the best timing in the whole set.
And absolutely, eMass will be wanting to use this Arsene to take this stock
away.
Oh,
he can't!
But Chag is not letting it happen.
Oh, the moment Arsene came online, he didn't get a single inch.
Exactly that. The way that Chag is able to mix things up, playing so patiently against solo Joker, but then Arsene comes out and he says, you know what, I don't want that thing to exist.
No, Arsene got me this time. Oh my, okay, eMass, he still needs to find his footing, and so far the last 30 seconds were disastrous for eMass, and now eating another jab here. Arsene immediately gone, nah, you're gonna do it alone, I'm without you here.
Oh, the down air narrowly missing there, but eMass is starting to look a little bit desperate. You see him shaking in the player cam. He's still trying to find his stock, but it's looking scary and scarier. Arsene is not going to be here to save you in time in case Chag does find a kill.
He's a closer, my guy. He's a closer. He does not want to go to a game 5 at all, and now eMass even struggling to get one hit in. Wow, wonderful forwarder here.
And the Rebels gauge does mean that Arsene's out here, but is it going to be enough? You're 153%, and you've still got another stock to go. You have to play not just perfectly, you have to play the best you have ever
you gotta clip
played.
One of Mexico's best. Like, you gotta clip him right now. This is way too hard. eMass can do it. He checked out the VODs, but he didn't check out those kind of VODs, right? How can you choke it out? How can you close it out, I mean?
And you can see there Chag saying, listen, I'm at 15.
Yeah.
You're at 153. I don't need to go near you.
Yeah.
And why should I? Because you, if you want to take this game away, you got to come to me and I will wait for you.
Yeah, you gotta need your you know, your default Joker combos. We aren't talking about Arsene. Yeah, Arsene's gonna stay at home. He already sold you the stock before, right? So now, okay, eMass still fighting, trying to get a game 5 out of here. Now Chag, meanwhile, having his game plan set. And exactly what you meant, Smart. Approach me. Come to me. I'ma throw you back. No problem.
I will throw you off, wait for you, chuck you out there, and Chag, again, just playing that last few moments absolutely perfectly, not committing to anything, not risking anything, and taking the set 3-1. But